You may have some bad habits holding you back in voiceover, things you're doing right now that you may not even realize are causing more harm than good. I know I've been guilty of many of these myself over the years, and I've seen it with students as well. So today I'm going to talk about several common bad habits in voiceover, why you want to avoid them, and how to break them. It's all coming up on the podcast. Welcome back to episode 38. I'm Jason, and today, like I mentioned, I want to go over 8 bad voiceover habits I've had to some extent over the years, some of these, and ones that I've heard about recently from students. So let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and jump right into the first one, which happens to be overspending on studio gear. Some believe you have to spend a lot of money on gear to be successful in voiceover, but the truth is you don't. You could spend thousands of dollars on a microphone or an audio interface or a vocal booth. All those can be expensive. And even if you put out all that money on that expensive gear, there's still good odds that you're not going to find success in voiceover just by doing that. And that's because the money you spend on gear has very little relation to how successful you are in voiceover. Now, of course, you do need to be able to record high quality audio, but that doesn't mean that it has to be expensive. And this isn't just a bad habit that beginners need to break. Anytime you go through a low in your voiceover career, maybe you aren't booking work for some time, it's easy to think, I need a new microphone or I need a new audio interface. That's what's holding me back. I need to spend some money on some new piece of gear and that's going to fix my problem. The problem with that is that human nature is to always want more. And you always think that buying something else is going to fix your problem, and it's not always going to fix your problem. Now, maybe you do need it. If bad audio quality is the problem, maybe you do need to upgrade. But odds are it's probably something else. And that's because for a voiceover business to work, there are several things that need to be in place, like links in a chain. And if one link in your chain is weak, you're not going to book as much work and your business growth is going to be slower. And studio gear, that's just one link in your chain. It is important, but so are all the other links, like your performance and your demo and the ways that you get work. Now, if you want to learn all about the important links, my 5 steps to voiceover success guide can help you. You can download it for free. Go get it at voiceacting101.com/get started, or you can click the link in the description below. But just know that high quality audio doesn't require expensive gear, and buying new, more expensive gear may not be the answer to your problem. The second bad habit to break is not having a plan. This is where you show up to work every day without knowing exactly what you're going to do. You have to know how you're going to spend your time when you come to work. Otherwise, distractions are just going to creep in. Everything is trying to get our attention. So you're going to look for instant gratification from things like email or social media or wherever else your mind takes you. And small distractions can eat up your entire day. But as a voiceover actor running a business, you have to spend your time wisely. So close out your email or your social media. You can put your phone in airplane mode and just know exactly what must get done that day and then go ahead and do it. Maybe that means to complete a couple paid jobs that you booked, or maybe you want to knock out a certain number of chapters of an audiobook that you're working on. Maybe it's auditioning or marketing or whatever it is. And then before you quit for the day, leave yourself a note for tomorrow's top 3 priorities. Just write down the top 3 things that you must get done tomorrow. So then when you come in the next day, you're not going to just be wondering what you should be working on. You're going to have a list of your top 3 priorities that yesterday you left for you, and you're going to know exactly how to spend your time. So you want to write it out as a schedule. So you might say from 8 to 9, you're going to do this. And then from 9 to 10, you're going to do this. And if you're doing voiceover part-time, maybe in the evenings or on the weekends, you're going to want to do it the same way. Just give yourself a list of things to do. Just like if you had a boss and your boss was leaving you a note and assigning things, so then you knew exactly what to do. You want to do that for yourself. Having that plan is going to help you grow your business faster by ensuring you get done what's most important to your growth, and it's going to make you much more efficient. So you're going to be able to spend less time working. You're going to get more done in less time by prioritizing what you have to work on. The next bad voiceover habit to break is related to performance, and that is not challenging yourself. When we get a script and we see directions, a lot of times you'll see something like conversational or upbeat or friendly, corporate, uplifting, words like that. Most of the time, we're unsure what they really mean or how to use our voice to match those descriptions to figure out exactly what that client is looking for. Too many times we stick with the same 1 or 2 read styles because they're safe for us. It's what we're comfortable with. So it ends up being our go-to style. But that doesn't mean it's the read style that matches the script or what the client is looking for. And that's really the problem with AI voiceover. If you hear about AI voiceover, a lot of times if you hear an AI voiceover, it doesn't match the script. It's kind of flat and emotionless. And that's what you can bring to scripts versus an AI voice. You need to be better than an AI voice. So take the time to work at increasing your range. You want to look at the script, you want to spot the emotions, and then decide for yourself what you think the right style is going to be for that script. And then challenge yourself to try new approaches outside your comfort zone. Even if the script is written in a boring narrator style, you still want to take the time and study it and find ways to make it your own. Another bad habit I've seen over the years is relying on one source for all of your work. That could be one client, one casting site, one agent, whatever it is, all your work comes through one source, and that's risky. One of the benefits to working for yourself is that you can diversify your sources of income. As an example, if you're like an employee working for a company, that company is your one source of income. So if they let you go or if you go out of business, 100% of your income is gone. But when you work for yourself, you want to diversify your income, which reduces your risk. So if you have 30 or 40 or 50 clients and you lose one, it's not going to sink your ship. So if you're currently relying on only one source, if all your work is coming in from one person or one company or one website, your priority should be to increase the number of sources for auditions and work that you have. You can check out podcast episode number 37 for some ideas on how to do that. The fifth bad habit I would suggest that you break would be audition obsession. In voiceover, you're going to see auditions for all kinds of dream jobs with huge budgets, and you're going to submit your best audition, and you're going to think you would be perfect for that role, and then you're not going to hear anything back. So you're going to want to ask your agent about it, or if it's through an online casting site, you're going to want to see if the client clicked the like button or shortlisted your audition, and maybe they did, maybe they didn't. In the end, it really doesn't matter. If they want to hire you, you're going to hear back from them. If someone likes your audition, that might be good for your ego, but it's not a paid job. And yes, you can definitely learn from checking in on those things from time to time just to see, make sure that you're on point with your auditions. If none of your auditions are liked, maybe that could be a problem. But if you check on it every day or a few times a week, that can be a waste of time. You're just driving yourself crazy wondering why they didn't like it or what you could have done better. Spend your time auditioning to the best of your ability and then just move on from it. Forget about your past auditions. Focus on recording a better audition today rather than thinking about the audition from yesterday that you can't change. Okay, this next bad habit I've talked about before, so I won't spend a lot of time on it here, but it's undervaluing your voiceover, charging lower prices. You should be paid what you are worth, and lower prices aren't always attractive to all clients. It can actually decrease your value in their eyes, and it can sometimes attract the type of clients you'd rather not work with. So make sure that you're valuing your work where it should be. If you need help with that, you can check the description for a rate sheet guide that can help you with pricing your voiceover. That leads us to the seventh bad habit you may have in your voiceover career, and that is spending everything that you earn. Thankfully, voiceover is a low-cost business to run. There aren't many expenses, but if you do know of an expense that you need to keep doing business, the smart thing to do would be to save for it. And these are things like website and email hosting fees, online casting site membership fees, apps for, let's say, cloud storage or your CRM. Maybe you want to hire an assistant to help take some of the work off your shoulders. These expenses need to come out of your earnings, so that's why you don't want to spend everything that you earn. You want to invest back in your business. So save a little each month to cover the cost, and that way it doesn't come as a surprise randomly 1 month down the road. You should also save for unexpected expenses, like if your computer stops working or maybe you need a new external hard drive and you need to buy a new one. You want to have a savings for those unexpected expenses. And of course, it's always a good idea to be saving for retirement. So figure out what you need to be saving, set those up as automatic transfers, and set a salary for yourself. Some months you're going to have a lot of work and other months might be slower. So have a savings that you can dip into if it's a slow month. But the point of all this is that you're planning for the future. So when it's a great month, the extra is going to go into a savings account to cover a not so great month. Having savings built up for your business is going to take so much pressure off your shoulders. So make sure that you're not spending everything you earn and make sure that you're putting it away for the future. And then the last bad habit to break is working non-stop. So you have to take time off. Voiceover is a creative career, and if you don't get time away, you're going to experience burnout. No matter how much you love voiceover, that day will come when you experience burnout if you just go, and you don't give yourself time off. You do not need to be available 24/7, 365 to be successful in voiceover. Clients understand. Good clients, the ones that you want to work with, they're going to realize that you're a human being and you have other things going on in your life besides waiting to work on their script. For us, working from home, it's harder to separate work from life, but you definitely need to define your workday. So maybe that's 5 days a week, maybe that's 4 days a week, or only the mornings or only the evenings. It's completely up to you. But make sure that you're taking breaks during the day, giving yourself a little break between projects. Make sure you're not always working or always available. You can even turn off email notifications in your off time so that you can really separate work from life. I would suggest that. And take vacations without taking work with you. You don't need to take a mobile studio with you while you're on vacation. Just take a vacation, get that relaxing time. You're going to come back more refreshed and with a stronger drive to get back to work. There's much more to life than work. You have to realize that. Hopefully you do. Even when you love your work like we do in voiceover. We love doing it, but it is still work. When you have a plan like we talked about in habit number 2, you're going to realize just how much more work you can accomplish in less time when you use your time wisely. All right, I hope this gives you some things to think about and change in your voiceover business so you can become more successful. Before you go, I'd love for you to leave a comment and let me know which of these bad voiceover habits do you have that you need to break. Let me know. As always, if you have a voiceover question, you can send it to me by going to voiceacting101.com/ask. That's it for this episode. Thank you for listening. Have a great week. Hey, thanks for checking out this episode of the podcast. If you want to see another video, there's one waiting for you right here, or you can subscribe to the YouTube channel down in the corner. Or if you want to learn the 5 steps to becoming a voice actor, check out this free guide. It's available to download from voiceacting101.com/get started. All right, that's it. I'll talk to you next time. See ya.